Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Panachari Jamuna Tira Panachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Panachari Jamuna Tira Panachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayom Vishnupad Paramhamsa Padivrajagacharya Asto Terasata Sri Srimad A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahangsa-pati Prajakacharya Asthotarastat Sri Srimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki jai. Ananti Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem si kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinatha Sham Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Sri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sri Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki jai. Sri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Sri Mathura Dham ki jai. Sri Dwarka Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Yamuna Mai ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulasi Devi ki jai. Samaveda Bhakta Brinda ki jai. Gauda Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Sukha Uvacha. Tatascha pauganda vayasrito braje. Babhu bhatustho pasupala sammato. Kascharayantao sakipi samam padaya. Vrindavanam punyamativa chakratu. Sri Sukha Uvacha. Tatascha pauganda vayasrito braje. Babu bhatustho pasupala sammato. Kascharayantho sakipi samam padaya. Vrindavanam punyamativa chakratu. Sri Sukha Uvacha. Tatascha pauganda vayasrito braje. Babhu vatustho pasupala sammato. Kascharayantho sakipi samam padaya. Vrindavanam punyamativa chakratu. Ladies, Sri Sukha Uvacha. Sri Shukadev Goswami said, Tata, then, cha, and, Paugandavaya, the age of Pauganda, years 6 to 10, Sritau, attaining, Braje, in Vrindavan, Bhabuvatu, they, Rama and Krishna, became, Tau, the two of them, Pashupala, as cowherds, Samatau, appointed, Ga, the cows, Charayantau, tending, Sakibisamam, along with their friends, Padai, with the marks of their feet, Vrindavanam, Sri Vrindavan, Punyam, auspicious, Ataiva, extremely, Chakratu, they made. Shukadev Goswami said, when Lord Ram and Lord Krishna attained the age of Pauganda, 6 to 10, while living in Vrindavan, the cowherd men allowed them to take up the task of tending the cows. Engaging thus in the company of their friends, the two boys rendered the land of Vrindavan most auspicious by imprinting upon it the marks of their lotus feet. Purport. Lord Krishna wanted to encourage his cowherd boyfriends who had been swallowed by Aghasura and then stolen by Lord Brahma. Therefore, the Lord decided to bring them into the palm tree forest called Talavan, where there were many delicious ripe fruits. Since Lord Krishna's spiritual body had apparently grown slightly in age and strength, the senior men of Vrindavan, headed by Nanda Maharaj, decided to promote Krishna from the task of herding calves to the status of a regular cowherd boy. He would now take care of the full-grown cows, bulls, and oxen. Out of great affection, Nanda Maharaj had previously considered Krishna too small and immature to take care of full-grown cows and bulls. It is stated in the Kartik Mahatmya section of the Padma Purana, Suklastami Kartiketu Smarata Gopastami Budhai Taddinad Vasudevo Bhud Gopapurvantu Vatsapaha. The 8th lunar day of the bright fortnight of the month of Kartik is known by authorities as Gopastami. From that day, Lord Vasudeva served as the cowherd, whereas previously he had tended the calves. The word padai indicates that Lord Krishna blessed the earth by walking on her surface with his lotus feet. The Lord wore no shoes or other foot gear, but walked barefoot in the forest, giving great anxiety to the girls of Vrindavan, who feared that his soft lotus feet would be injured. Om Agyantimidandasya Gyananjana Chalakaya Chakshurun Milidham Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juthapatakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahakana Raghunathan Bitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahakana Lalita Sri Vishakan Bitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Binda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhishesha Shunyavadi paschatya deshatharine. Hare Krishna. I am sincerely grateful, honored, and feel very blessed in your association today. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be among the illustrious community of Krishna Balaram Temple in Vrindavan. On this holy day of Gopastami, the 8th day of the bright fortnight in the month of Kartik, 48 years ago, the deity of Srila Prabhupada was brought on parikrama of Govardhan Hill. Devotees who were present at that time in 1977 will never forget the day Srila Prabhupada disappeared from this world. Is perhaps the deepest, most unforgettable moment for his disciples and followers all over the world. It was his desire to do parikrama of Shri Giriraj Govardhan. But due to his health condition, it was concluded to be impossible. But just a few days later, on this day of Gopastami, Srila Prabhupada's desire was honored. And he accepted the service of his devotees by taking him on this most holy pilgrimage of the Govardhan Parikrama. Gopastami has always been one of the happiest celebrations in all of Vrindavan. Ata pumbir dvijasthreshta svarna shrama vibhakasha shanushtatasya dharmasya samsadir haritosha. Whatever our occupation, whatever our particular status may be in life, our true happiness and success is when Krishna is pleased. Srila Prabhupada often quoted that verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, when you water the root of a tree, every part of the tree is happy and nourished. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Krishna is the root, the source of everything and everyone that exists. If Krishna is not pleased by our words, our efforts, and especially the intentions of why we speak and act, why we live, then nothing could be really successful. In the world of forgetfulness or avidya, we have this misconception that giving pleasure to the senses, the body, the mind, the ego, we will be satisfied. Conditioned souls are addicted to this type of search for happiness. And in pursuit of such happiness, we are endlessly entangled in the network of the laws of karma. Srila Prabhupada gave so much emphasis on hearing from his books. He has given us the conclusions, the words, the explanations of all of our great acharyas, so that we have faith. We have faith that the only real value of life is how we please Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, that beautiful verse where Govardhan, Giriraj, is being glorified as Haridas Bharya. He's the best of devotees because he gives the most pleasure to Krishna by pleasing those who Krishna loves. And according to our acharyas, this verse is spoken by Srimati Radharani, who is the ultimate fountainhead and source of all love, the ultimate authority of prema. And she is declaring, because Govardhan is so expert at pleasing Krishna's friends and Krishna's cows, Krishna is pleased. He is Govinda. Interestingly, after Indra tried to destroy all of Braj-bhumi, and Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill as Giridhari for 7 days, 7 nights. Indra, his ego was crushed. His devotion was actually restored, and he surrendered to Krishna. At that time, he called Brahma, Shiva, Varuna, Agni, all the devatas to perform an abhishekam. And at the conclusion, they proclaimed Krishna as the supreme absolute Lord of all lords, with the name Govinda, one who gives pleasure to cows, one who gives pleasure to Mother Earth and to the senses of all living beings. Krishna's supreme abode in the spiritual world, Goloka, planet of cows. And when he descends into this world, his abode is Gokula, the place of cows. And his eternal pastime is Gopala, protector of cows. He takes the form of Govardhana because he gives so much service to cows. Sri Radharani is forever, eternally a gopi, a cowherd girl. Krishna Balaram, they are forever, eternally gopas, cowherd boys, in a cowherd community. During the Abhishekam, in many temples every morning, when there is the bathing of Krishna, we bathe Krishna in such a way that we give maximum pleasure, happiness to Krishna. And the most sacred aspect of Abhishek is when, with devotion, we offer the Panchagavya and Panchamrita. We bathe Krishna with the milk of cows, with the dahi, the yogurt of cows, with the urine of cows, with the dung of cows, and with the ghee from cows. So on this beautiful day of Gopastami, it is a very special time. Srila Prabhupada has given us entrance into this pastime. It is the first day Krishna is entrusted with care of cows. It is described in this beautiful purport in verses that previously Krishna was taking care of calves with Balaram. But when he was just entering into his pauganda age, our beloved acharyas, Vishwanath Chakravarti, Thakur, Jiva Goswami, they give wonderful descriptions. Krishna Balaram so much wanted to take care of cows. They were very happy with calves, but the cows include the calves also. Even though Gopal, when he was an infant of a few days old, he defeated Putana. When he was 3 months old, he defeated Sakatasura. When he was a little older, he defeated Trinavarta. He showed the universe in his mouth to his mother, Yashoda. In the Damodar Leela, which we just celebrated recently, he pulled the grinding mortar and uprooted the 2 massive Arjuna trees. And they moved to Vrindavan, and his friends, they all saw him liberate Vatsasura, who actually came as a calf. This is a very profound psychology that even the asuras, the demons, They knew that Krishna has such special love, affection, and trust in the cows and calves that this horrible monster, this gigantic demon, took the form of a little calf, Vatsa, just to get Krishna's confidence, to get Krishna's affection, so that he could suddenly attack and destroy. The calf was so beautiful, so sweet looking. Krishna told Balaram, that little calf, it's a demon. He came to deceive Krishna by disguising himself. But Krishna, he reciprocated. He came from behind. So Vatsa didn't know he was even there. And suddenly Krishna grabbed him by the hind legs and whirled him around. And then he threw him, and Vatsasura took his original huge, monstrous demon form. And all the cowherd boys saw it. He was up on a tree, dead. And even though these beautiful stories were being told again and again, Bakasura came as a huge, gigantic bird and swallowed Krishna. This is all when Krishna was taking care of calves. So Yashoda Mai, Nanda Maharaj, they heard all these stories. They've seen so many incredible things. But still, their Vatsalya Bhav, their motherly and fatherly love, they were still seeing Krishna as their helpless, dependent child. His feet are so soft that if something touches them, they seem to be turning colors. And his limbs are so soft. How Yashoda Mai would feed him the best, most nutritious types of food to make him strong. And she would massage his every limb with fragrant medicinal oils. And Krishna inspired that. When he was hungry, he would cry. When he was afraid, he would jump into the arms of his mother and father. So, the Surabi cows were very large cows. And Krishna was very small. And Nanda Maharaj, his herd was 900,000 cows. Little children just coming to the age of 5 years old, giving them charge of 900,000 cows, bulls, oxen, calves. But Krishna and Balaram so much wanted to do this service, but the parents were so resistant to give it. Because they were so concerned for Krishna and Balaram's safety. So Krishna began to treat his parents with a respect that he never gave them before. So they would take him to be more grown up. And they were wondering why. And Nanda Maharaj's brothers, they said, it's because Krishna and Balaram want to take care of cows. How is that possible? The cows? Nanda Maharaj explained to Yashoda Mai that it's actually time. Krishna and Balaram really, really want to take care of cows. And things were happening. Sometimes the cows were resistant to go to the pastures with the cowherd men because they wanted to be with Krishna. So finally it was decided. It was like a very, very sacred celebration and rite of passage where Krishna and Balaram were going to be entrusted with the care of the fully grown herd of cows. And they made several days of preparations. The Brahmins did yagyas, special mantras, special pujas. And on this day, Krishna and Balaram, they personally washed the lotus hooves of cows. They bowed to cows. They scratched the cows. They did puja for cows. And Nanda Maharaj gave Krishna a special ceremonial stick to herd cows. And Krishna and all his friends were so eager to just go out in the pastures, in the forests of Vrindavan, to play with cows, to care for cows. Yashoda Mai kept feeding Krishna, kept massaging Krishna. And every time Krishna was started to go, she stopped him to do something else, some other protective ceremony, some other mantra, some other type of massage. And ultimately, she was crying and weeping. She couldn't imagine Krishna going with all these cows all day long, from the sunrise till the sunset. She instructed Balaram, you must walk in front of Krishna always. And Subala, you should always be behind him. And Sridama and Sudama, you should be on either side of him. And all other gopas should be in a circle around. But watch after my Gopal. And she kept doing one arrangement after another, and finally Krishna said to his mother, Yashoda Mai, that the cows are hungry, let us go. And he sent all the elder cowherd men and cowherd ladies back to the village of Nandagaon. And Krishna played upon his flute, and they entered into the forest. Of the 900,000 cows, there are 108 divisions. And Krishna would call out the name of each and every cow, personally, lovingly, simultaneously. We read about in the Rasa Lila, every gopi is thinking, Krishna's dancing with me. Krishna's smiling upon me. Krishna's glancing upon me. Of all these gopis. And similarly, when Krishna would be on the bank of Yamuna taking his lunch with the cowherd boys, there'd be circles and circles and circles. So many thousands and thousands of cowherd boys. One circle around him, and then a circle around that, and a circle around that. It was like thousands and thousands of petal lotus around Krishna. And yet, each gopa is thinking, Krishna's just glancing at me. Krishna's smiling upon me. Krishna's speaking upon me. Krishna's rasa bihari. Rasovaisaha. He's the supreme lover and the supreme object of love. And in a similar way, Krishna could make every cow feel that Krishna is personally, constantly, always remembering me. When he played his flute and it entered into the ears of each cow, the cow was feeling Krishna's playing my favorite song just for me. The love of Krishna's heart, it emerged into his breath through the holes of his flute. Each gopi thinking, Krishna's calling me. Each gopal, each cowherd boy thinking, Krishna is giving happiness to me. And each cow. And they all respond by mooing. Thank you, thank you. Everyone together. And Krishna's hearing each one of their loving expressions. They're chanting Krishna's names and glories in their own cow language, and Krishna's hearing each one of them. And he's personally reciprocating with each one of them. Srimad Bhagavatam describes one of Krishna's great pleasures and one of the most beautiful sights for all the residents of Vrindavan is when Krishna comes back from pastures herding cows with Balaram, and his body is covered by the dust raised by the hoofs of the cows. Why does that give so much pleasure to the residents of Vrindavan? Usually when we're dusty, we think we want to take a bath. But this is the perfection of the eyes of the residents of Vrindavan, to see Krishna and Balaram coming back, happily playing their flutes and smiling with their bodies covered by the dust raised by the hooves of cows. Because they know how much that dust raised by the hooves of cows pleases Krishna and Balaram. Namo Brahmani Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. This beautiful verse was recited by Advaita Charya when he worshipped Lord Chaitanya as God. That you are very dear to the Brahmins and to the cows. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. Krishna has arranged in a certain way that in this world, the very principle of dharma is represented by the bull. The very principle of innocence and purity is represented by cow. And Srila Prabhupada, who was an eternal resident of Sri Vrindavan Dham, he was so very compassionate to establish this cow protection throughout the world. Because without it, the real principles of dharma and compassion could never be truly emulated by society. Krishna's love, Sri Radha's love for cows and bulls is such that they make it the very symbol of morality and dharma within this material world. The first farm community that Srila Prabhupada established, he had this vision long before, was New Vrindavan. And Srila Prabhupada, he wanted to establish somewhere a beginning to create the example of cow protection. And when Srila Prabhupada spoke about cow protection, it doesn't mean just not killing cows. Because when a mother or father protecting your child just doesn't mean making sure they don't die. Protecting a child means you do everything and anything you can to make them healthy and happy. Why do we want good health? Because it makes us happy. And at the time, there was no money. It was a very remote place, very muddy place. But Prabhupada wanted so much cow protection. He wanted to establish it. The first cow of ISKCON. They bought this little, very small, black-colored cow with a little white spot on her forehead. And she was blind in one eye. One eye was completely discolored from being blinded. So from a material perspective, she was very useless. And she was going to be slaughtered. So for a very cheap price, devotee got. Oh, how Prabhupada was so happy. He named her Kalia. And when he drank her milk, he said, "This is the best milk I have had in 40 years. Why did he say that? to just give how much emphasis, how pleased he was that we were taking care of a cow. Because Krishna is so pleased. The presiding deity of this whole section of Vrindavan is Govindaji, Shri Radha Govinda. Originally installed by Vajranabha, Krishna's great-grandson. When Srila Rupa Goswami came under the instruction of Lord Chaitanya with Sanatan Goswami, they were to find these original deities which were lost for so long and build beautiful temples for them and teach how to worship. And Rupa Goswami was excavating many holy places, and he was writing so many wonderful Vaishnava literatures extolling the glories of Braj Bhakti. But nowhere could Govindadev could be found. And one day he was sitting on bank of Yamuna and lamenting. He wasn't thinking, I have done so much. I have renounced the world. I have written so many books. I have discovered so many holy places. I have not found Govindadev. It was Lord Chaitanya's wish. And while he was sitting in a very sad, contemplative state, a little cowherd boy came to him and said, Goswamiji, why are you looking so sad? And he explained. And the little boy took him by the hand. He said, come, I know where Govindadev is. And he took him to a little hill. And there was a cow. And the cow was just standing on this hill, and milk was pouring from her udder into the ground. And the boy said, this cow comes every day to give milk to Govindaji. Get the Brijavasis to come and dig into the ground, and there you will find him. So Krishna arranged it in this way, that it was a cow that revealed. Not just a cow that revealed, a cow's love for Krishna that revealed where Krishna was. When Indra created such a great offense, even his guru Brihaspati and Brahma said, we cannot help you, this is beyond our powers. The only one who can help you is Surabhi, mother cow. Because the cows have such love for Krishna, and Krishna has such love for cows. When Krishna and Balaram and the cowherd boys were herding their cows, and practically the whole 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is connected with these wonderful pastimes connected to cows. They would play so many games in the beautiful, beautiful nature of Vrindavan, with dancing peacocks and singing birds and parrots and humming bees, blossoming flowers, everything was for Krishna's pleasure. And the grasses grew so sweet for the cow's pleasure. And essentially, while Krishna and Balaram were playing with all their friends, they were simultaneously doing it around their service of bringing the cows, the calves, the bulls, the oxen to the places where there was the freshest waters for them to drink, the sweetest, most nutritious grasses for them to eat. And that is one of the reasons that Govardhan Hill is so dear to Radharani and Shyamasundar. Because Govardhan has such sweet, nutritious, soft, delicious grass for the cows. And such nectaring waters for the cows to drink. All of the Vrindavan forest, Krishna Balaram would take them to one place after another, amidst so much play and lila, to enjoy the sweet waters and the sweet grasses of Vrindavan. So this day of Gopastami is celebrated perhaps in every home and every temple in Vrindavan. And by the grace of Srila Prabhupada, Gopastami is recognized not only as a beautiful, intimate, loving pastime of Krishna, but also as an essential instruction for human society of how to please Krishna. In Dwarka, Krishna is a great king, Dwarkadish. And he has the most beautiful goddesses of fortunes as his queens. And in Vaikuntha, he is Lord Narayan. And he's surrounded by completely liberated, pure devotees of the Lord, worshiping him forever. But everyone recognizes that Radha and Krishna's highest pleasure and their highest gift is in their pastimes as Gopa and Gopi, cowherd boy and cowherd girl. And we may ask the simple question, for the absolute truth, for God, why is he so completely identified with cows? And why Srimati Radharani is so totally identified as a gopi? He's the supreme Brahman. The answer, that is his supreme will. And I'm so grateful to be here at Srila Prabhupada's own personal Goshala in Vrindavan. When we consider, on the order of his Guru Maharaj and by the mercy of the six Goswamis, Srila Prabhupada took the culture of Vrindavan, of Gokula, to the whole world. And Srila Prabhupada described Vrindavan as his eternal home. And he entrusted to all of you, Panchagoda Prabhu, Shrutakirti Prabhu, Abhiram Prabhu, and so many of you who are living here in Vrindavan. And this is Srila Prabhupada. He installed these beautiful deities of Krishna and Balaram, Radha, Shyam, Sundar, Gaur, Nitai. And this is Srila Prabhupada's worshipable deities of Vrindavan's personal Goshala. And how fortunate, how purifying that we could be here on the day of Gopastami. Of all the days of the year, this day is especially recognized as the day to worship Krishna's cows. It is the day when, it was the day that Krishna and Balaram anticipated with so much enthusiasm. When they could go without any parental supervision. They could go into the pastures with the friends to herd the cows. So we are very grateful. Let us take very seriously this culture, this knowledge, and this divine grace that Srila Prabhupada has given us. In Vrindavan, the ultimate sanitation is to cleanse with cow dung. Krishna's bathed with cow dung. Srila Prabhupada even told us the first class way of cooking is with dried cow dung. In every way, let us thank Srila Prabhupada for giving us entrance into Radharani and Krishna's heart by giving us an appreciation for protecting, loving, and serving their cows. Thank you very much. And this is This is the spirit we have of chanting the holy names of the Lord. When we chant Hare, we're calling out for, we're praying for service to Sri Radha, the supreme Gopi. And we're calling out Ram and Krishna. We're crying out for a desire to serve and to please Krishna, the all-attractive, supreme cowherd boy. This is our Sankirtan movement. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.